annual Senior Scholarship Program. Tonight we honor some of the brightest, most talented and artistic young men and women of the class of 2014. To be acknowledged this evening reflects your hard work and your understanding of the importance of your education. Tonight, your family, your teachers, and your community are here to celebrate your academic and athletic achievements, your creative skills, your leadership, and your contributions. I'd like to acknowledge some of the people who worked tirelessly this week to make tonight's program possible. Assistant Principal Sullivan, Ms. Ferrioli, Mrs. Kelleher, Mrs. Zakarewski, and especially Mrs. Potter, and all the generous scholarship donors here within Abington tonight. I should also recognize our secret gardener, who I spotted this morning weeding our garden out front in the pouring rain, Mrs. Ann Riley. Superintendent Peter Schaefer is attending his own son's Senior Awards program tonight, and though he's unable to be here, he offers his congratulations to each of you who will be receiving awards and scholarships tonight. Three years ago, we invited an AHS alumnus from the last decade or two to speak at Senior Awards evening. The keynote speaker was chosen by faculty and administration because we believed they would have great insight and wisdom to offer our graduates as they leave AHS. We received such positive feedback that we've continued to incorporate a guest speaker element into the program. This year, I'm very pleased that 2010 graduate Nick Melafronte has accepted our invitation to speak to your class. Nick was Abington's greatest superfan. When he was not playing football, hockey, or tennis, he was in the bleachers wearing a green wig, a skin-tight leotard, leaving very little to the imagination, and a face painted half green and half white. It's no surprise that Nick's superlatives included most Green Wave pride and the senior who would do anything to be awarded a superlative. During the school day, Nick donned a backwards baseball cap and bopped around this building as if he owned it. If I could award Nick a superlative, it would be the senior most likely to be out of class and schmoozing with any of the staff. His peers report that among Nick's claims to fame are the kid who did the worm in English class and the kid who called 911 from Camp Warndale. I'm going to assume these were in your earlier years long before high school. I have two specific fond memories of the 2009 Homecoming King. The first is the meeting I had with Nick and his dad that resulted in a negotiated settlement requiring Nick to be accompanied and seated next to his dad at a tournament basketball game. No need to review the details of the superfan gone wild antics that got us all to that table. Suffice it to say, Nick earned his superfan status. The second incident was the one resulted in a framed drawing that still hangs in the high school main office. On one of the very few occasions, Nick was asked to leave class and report to the main office. While trying hard not to engage in his usual friendly banter, he drew a picture for Mrs. Kelleher and Mrs. Z that commemorates his relationship with the office staff. He titled it Office Life. In it, you can see Nick's little blurb speech bubble says, "I know the drill." In case you haven't picked up on it, Nick is quite a skilled communicator. I also know him to be a thoughtful and truly engaging young man, and I'm confident that Nick's approach to life, his experiences both during and since Abington High School, will be an important message for our graduates to hear. Please welcome Nick Melafronte.
Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, and most importantly, Abington High School's graduating class of 2014. It seems like just a short time ago that I was sitting in your exact position, awaiting awards and awaiting college. My time in high school was filled with highs and lows, just as I'm sure most of yours has been. My high school experiences with football, hockey, tennis, frisbee, clubs, drama, and believe it or not, getting into trouble once or twice, all molded me into the person I had become leaving high school. And in all of your cases, molded you into the people you are entering the world as. For most of you right now, Abington is a little bubble, and you've never had to step foot outside of this bubble or truly gain life experiences. Some of you may have already had to overcome large struggles, however, like the loss of a family member or a friend. And I admire you because you are sitting here today, which means you have been able to overcome these struggles. But for most of you, the biggest troubles you may have faced up to this point was a loss in the state tournament, attempting to remember lines for a spring play, studying for a big final, or stressing out about getting into college. And don't get me wrong, I was just like all of you. But in the 4 years that have passed since I was in your shoes, there have been so many changes in my life. Your time at Abington High provided a great foundation for your future endeavors. However, the obstacles of life await you. And whether you see them coming, or in my case, are completely surprised, you must be prepared to overcome them. My life changed on July 14, 2011, when I was paralyzed from the chest down in a diving accident at Island Grove. I fell into the water, my head hit the bottom, and I heard the crack of my neck, and instantly my whole body went numb, and I could not move. And right there, laying under the water at Island Grove, I faced my first real obstacle in life. Would I take a big gulp of water, or would I hold my breath for as long as I could and persevere? I decided to fight, and I have not stopped fighting since that day. Through all of my experiences, I have realized that hard work and persistence are the keys to overcoming any challenges awaiting you in life. As Dr. Martin Luther King once said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Whatever problems that cross your path, you must keep moving forward past them. After I was hurt, the doctors told me that for my injury level, I would most likely never move my arms again. But almost 3 years and over 1,000 hours of therapy later, I can move my arms, and still working on my hands. All because I persisted. Because I did not lose sight of my goal on the other side of the obstacle in front of me. Just this past week again, almost 3 years after my injury, I achieved 2 personal records at my rowing therapy. I am still improving. Next year, you may find yourself struggling to handle the workload of college, but you must continue your studying. Or you may find yourself jobless, but you must persist with your resumes and applications and interviews. If you all persist and don't lose hope in the goal on the other side of your obstacle, and in my case, that is walking again someday, then you can succeed. You can reach your goals, and you can definitely surpass them. I've had to grow and mature very quickly since this accident, and I've gained more knowledge than I could ever imagine. And I trust you will all gain the same maturity and knowledge in your future. The scholarships and awards you are receiving tonight are because of your recent excellence, whether it was in the classroom, as a school leader, or as an athlete. Receiving these shows that you have already begun to embody hard work and persistence that I have just talked about. Whatever obstacles come your way, I wish you continue to persevere past your challenges, and I really hope when you are down and overwhelmed with an obstacle, you think of me, because I promise you, I will never stop fighting against the challenges I face. I wish all of you nothing but success in college or the real world. Thank you for inviting me as your guest speaker tonight, and always remember Green Wave Pride.
The first includes awards presented by Assistant Principal Ms. Jessica Sullivan, and the second includes the Abington Citizen Scholarship Foundation and the Abington High School Scholarships. Students, when you hear your name called, please come up to the platform by the ramp on my left and exit the platform to my right, just like we practiced yesterday.
Thank you. We're going to begin with the Abington High School Senior Class Awards presented by Teresa Sullivan. The Abington High School Legacy Award in honor of Jim McGrath goes to Carrie Gordon. The Abington High School Outstanding Student, Brian Mariano. If I can have Brian Nickley please stand. The Certificate of Academic Excellence awarded by the Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents was previously awarded to Brian Nickley. The MSSAA Student Achievement Award, Sean O'Brien. Yes. National Merit Finalist Certificate of Merit goes to Teresa Doe. The Principal's Award goes to Taifna Nonsen. Thank you, Principal Sullivan. If I can have Mike Dorado and Michelle Poirier. In the arts, the Art Achievement Awards, Art Studio, Teresa Doe, and Matthew Nastasia. In digital art, Maxwell McNulty, Jeremy Sullivan. Drawing and painting portfolio, Rachel Clark, Jeremy Sullivan. In sculpture 2, Lindsay Ryan. The Earl Berkeley Barlow's Art Trophies go to Rachel Clark and Jeremy Sullivan. The Scholastic Art Awards, our gold key in digital art is Maxwell McNulty and Cameron Reynolds. The silver key in drawing goes to Rachel Clark. tonight's athletic awards will be presented by Pete Serino and Kate Casey. The Abington High School Athletic Awards go to Ryan Mariano, Samantha Thompson. The Charles M. Ferolio Physical Education Awards go to Brandon Shirokis and Samantha Thompson. The Derek Lucas Award goes to Brian Macaluso. The Edwin Olson Baseball Trophy is awarded to Matt Whalen. The Frank L. Merrill Track Award goes to Ryan Mariano. The MVP in girls soccer is awarded to Mariano Porcello. The Jackie Christian Award goes to Alexander Tempesta. The Jeff Kent Scholarship Award goes to Alexander Nagel. The John B. Barley Sportsmanship Award goes to Matt Whalen. The Michael Sheehan Football Trophies are awarded to Stephen Manning and Matt Whalen. The Richard Warren Award goes to Alexander Nagel. And Alex, you might want to stay up here. Alexander Nagel is the recipient of the Robert E. Bob McGuire Spirit Awards, along with Mariano Porcello. The Walter F. Pastor Athletic Award goes to Vincent McCarty. Thank you. Mr. Lavelle. Mr. Lavelle will be presenting the Business Awards. In accounting goes to Sarah Crane. In entrepreneurial studies goes to Stephen Butzel. In finance, Lindsay Ryan. In marketing, Hannah Haddad. Thank you, Mr. Lemon. Mr. Shannon. Our drama awards will be presented by Mr. Shannon. The Director's Award for Drama goes to Leanne Healy. The Technical Award for Drama goes to Ryan Mariano. Thank you, Mr. Shannon. Dr. Gonzalez? The English Awards will be presented by Dr. Gonzalez. For analytical writing, Amy Gattanisi and Ryan Macaluso. Advanced Placement English Literature, Brian Nicklin. The English Department Award goes to Ryan Mariano. In expository writing, David R. McGecken and Samantha Thompson. In poetry, Samantha St. John. Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Meg Darby. Presenting tonight's Foreign Language Awards will be Margaret Doherty. Spanish 4, Brian Nickley. Meg Doherty will also be presenting the Mathematics Award. The Mathematics Department Award goes to Teresa Doe. Yes. The Abington High School Science Award goes to Teresa Doe. Thank you, Ms. Doherty. Mr. Scott? Tonight's History and Social Science Awards will be presented by Jason Scott. The Sharon Dwyer Outstanding Social Studies Student Award goes to Michael Donaher. The South Shore Social Studies Supervisors Excellence in the Social Studies Award goes to Michael Donaher. The National Honor Society Award in the name of Jane Phillips goes to Sean O'Brien. The second award in the National Honor Society Awards goes to Rachel Clark, Garrett Hall, and Melissa Emery in the National Honor Society Certificate of Membership. Thank you, Mr. Scott. The Music Awards will be presented by Mr. Shannon. The Director's Award for Band, Alexander Nagel. The Director's Award for Chorus goes to Leanne Healy. The Paul K. Smith Award is awarded to Brian Nicklin. Our Winter Guard Award goes to Victoria Barbuto. Thank you. The Scholastic. The Peer Mentor Awards will be presented by Carrie Velasco. The Peer Mentor Awards go to Stephen Bunzel, Shannon Cardinal, Joseph Morella, Mackenzie Odenweller, Michaela Rooney, Alexander Tempesta, and Joseph Tassone. Physical Education and Wellness Awards will be presented by Kate Casey. In Child Development, Sarah Crane and Alani Dr. Cranes. In Physical Education, Michael Manley. Joshua McCleary. Alexander Nagel. Matthew Whalen. In Wellness 2, Melissa Emery. Michael Manley. Joseph Morella. And Samantha Thompson. Thank you, Ms. Casey. Ms. Farmer. Tonight's Senior Class Officer Awards will be presented by Patricia Farmer. And your Senior Class Officers, Ryan Mariano, Mariano Porcello, Lindsay Ryan, and Matthew Whalen. Thank you.
Thank you. It's at this time, the generous Abington community is proud to present approximately $77,000 to our best and brightest. The Abington Alumni Girls Soccer Scholarship, presented by Mrs. Kate Casey, is awarded to Abigail Magnuson and Mariana Pugello. The Abington Art Association Scholarship will be presented by Ms. Lucy Furlong. It is awarded to Jeremy Sullivan. The Abington Bank Shampi Carter Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Lou Garagona. And is awarded to Teresa Doe and Alex Nagel. award the Charles Smith Memorial Scholarship to Teresa Doe. The Rotary Club Scholarship in memory of Pam Paragona goes to Rachel Clark. The Rotary Club Scholarship in memory of all deceased members is awarded to Teresa Doe. Service Fund Scholarship through the Rotary Club is awarded to Alexander Nagel. The Abington Child Study Group Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Kathy Bailey and Mrs. Ann Riley. And is awarded to Stephen Bunzel and Mariana Coachella. David Wilkes Frank Memorial Scholarship, also presented by Mrs. Ann Riley, is awarded to Alexander Nagel. The Abington Dollars for Scholars Scholarships will be awarded by Mr. David Carvel. And are awarded to Michael Donaher, Armandi Dalton Rains, Leanne Healy, Melissa Emery, Nicole Kulikowski, Alexander Nagel, Lindsay Ryan, Matthew Whalen, and Kevin Zidane. The Abington Democratic Town Committee John E. Walsh Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Michael Egan. And is awarded to Michael Donaher. The Abington Education Association Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Jessica Kinsman. They are awarded to Jeremy Sullivan and Matthew Whitten. Plymouth County Education Association Scholarship, also awarded by Ms. Kinsman, is awarded to Ryan Mariano. The Abington Firefighters Association Scholarship is awarded to Kelly O'Brien. The Abington Firefighters Local 2080 Scholarship will be presented by Captain Ronald Howe. And awarded to Rachel Clark. Michael Donover. And Erica Williams. The Abington Garden Club Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Sue Donovan. And is awarded to Matthew Whalen. The Abington High School Alumni Scholarships are awarded to Leanne Healy and Brian Lakeland. The Class of 1935 Scholarship is awarded to Matthew Whalen. The Abington High School Senior Class Scholarship is awarded to Mariana Porcello. The Abington Music Parents Association Scholarship will be presented by Ms. Maura Campo. And are awarded to Teresa Doe, Leanne Healy, Melissa Emery, Alexander Nagel, and Mariana Porcello. The Abington Youth Soccer Scholarship will be presented by Ms. Kate Casey. We are awarded to Alexander Nagel and Mariana Porcello. The Adams Brothers Family Scholarships are awarded to Vincent Constantino and Brian Cowan. The Albie Sebastian Scholarship is awarded to Joseph Morella. Stay up here, Joe. So you are also awarded the American Legion Post 112 Ladies Auxiliary Scholarship in memory of Mary Rust. The Andrew McDonald Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Robert Lafferty. Betty A. Buckley Scholarship will be presented by Ms. Pam Berry and Mr. John Buckley. And is awarded to Michaela Rooney. You are not wearing those shoes to graduation. Very brave. Billy Torres Friend of Music Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Jim Foreman. And are awarded to Nicole Kulikowski and Sean O'Brien. Charles M. Furley Scholarship is awarded to Garrett Hall. Garrett, while you're up here, you are also the recipient of the Edward H. Snyder Memorial Scholarship. Christopher K. Wells Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Brian Nickley. The Edward J. Cochran Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Edward Cochran and Mrs. Kathleen Cochran. It is awarded to Ryan Mariano. The Honeydew Donut Scholarship is awarded to Michaela Rooney. Charles L. Lindy Hanson Memorial Scholarship will be awarded by Mr. James Kelleher. And is awarded to Ryan Mariano. Mr. Kelleher will also award the James Orcutt Memorial Scholarship to Joseph Morella. The John R. Nelson Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Jonathan April. Joseph J. Sophie T. and Elaine F. Kelleher Memorial Scholarships are awarded to Brian Nickley and Matthew Whalen. The Walter F. Pastor Athletic Scholarship is awarded to Kevin Sedona. The Janet Holtman Furnett Scholarship is awarded to Brian Nickley. The Jeffrey Coombs Memorial Scholarships will be presented by Mrs. Christy Coombs. And are awarded to Sarah Crane, Brian Curran, Michael Donaher, Nicole Kulikowski, Alexander Nagel, Brian Nickley, Kelly O'Brien, Sean O'Brien, Mariana Bucello, Lindsay Ryan, and Alexander Tempesta. Jeremy Russell Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Michael Russell. They are awarded to Mariana Bucello and Matthew Wade. Joe Valentine Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Bill and Marge McDonald and John Bourne. And they are awarded to Ryan Mariano. John H. McAuliffe Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Garrett Hall. The John J. and Eileen Franey Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Jim Franey. And is awarded to Brian Nickley. The Laura Manley Math and Science Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Andrew McKenzie. And is awarded to Teresa Dell. The Maida Perry Arnold Scholarship is awarded to Melissa Emery. Mark R. Carroll Scholarship is awarded to Kelly O'Brien. The Michael T. Karen Scholarship is awarded to Rachel Clark. The Minahan Family Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Gary Minahan. Kelly. The Norman Whitney Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Melissa Inman. Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Ms. Jan O'Connor, Ms. Amy Reddington. It's presented to Danielle McClellan. Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Kevin Zidane. Paul K. Smith Memorial Scholarship, presented by Mrs. Ann Smith. And is awarded to Brian Nigley. Paul Laughlin Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Joseph Morello. The Philip A. Trufant Scholarship from the Strawberry Valley Women's and Men's Leagues will be presented by Ms. Doris Briggs. And awarded to Rachel Clark. The R.G. Rosen Scholarship is awarded to Garrett Hall. The Ralph M. Thompson Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Robert McClafferty. Robert J. Blunt Jr. Memorial Scholarship is awarded to Stephen Bunzel. The Ruby M. Wheatley Art Scholarship will be given by Russell Wheatley and Phyllis Wheatley. And is awarded to Rachel Clark. Sergeant Daniel Basilian Thumbprint Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Erin Basilian and family. be given to Ryan Mariano and Alexander Nagel. December Fidelis Award, United States Marine Corps, will be awarded by Sergeant Cody Lee. And are awarded to David M. and David R. McEcker. Previously awarded with a Humpty Dumpty Nursery School Scholarship and the IUW Local 103 Scholarship, Sarah Crane, if you just stand to be recognized. I'd like to thank all the generous donors from Abington and the community. And at this time, the senior class officer would like to come to the podium.
Just a sec, guys. For the past 4 years, Ms. Farmer's been our class advisor, and I just want to say thank you, and all of us want to, we really appreciate all that she does for us. And she's put in countless hours after school, helping us plan endless events and making everything awesome for our class. So we just have a little something to say thank you, and we figured now is an appropriate time to present it when we're all dressed nice and everyone's here. So, Ms. Farmer, if you could come up.
It took the senior class about 30 minutes longer to leave the reception for that receiving line Ms. Woman did at the end, similar to that. On behalf of our graduates at Abington High School, thank you all for your kindness and generosity to our students and for attending this evening to acknowledge these young men and women. Again, congratulations to our graduates and to their parents. Graduates and seniors, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.